Awaken the doctor within you. Weight loss without dieting. How we can eat more and weigh less. Do we have a problem? Maybe so. Do we have a heavy baby? A baby should double its birth weight in 5 months and triple its birth weight in a year. Breastfed babies have less problem with weight, much less asthma, diabetes or high blood pressure later, and less allergies and upper respiratory infections to be breastfed. Overweight teenagers. In 1979, 5% were considered overweight. 99, 14%, that's 3 times as many. And lately, another 15 years go by, and we're 17% are obese, not just overweight, but 30 pounds plus overweight. Obesity is considered if you're 30 pounds or more overweight. Obesity must be attacked at its junk food roots. Here's a little child really happy for the sugar that's going in, but about 20 years later, it's a problem. If you'd told me that I could feel this good about myself and it would cost me $100,000, I would have found a way to make the payments after they both lost 85 pounds. Isn't that good? That can happen. Problems associated with overweight include heart disease, diabetes, stroke, digestive problems, high blood pressure, surgery, cancer, pregnancy risk, arthritis, and emotional problems. Overweight ABCs. A for appetite suppressant. Water is excellent. Drink 2 glasses of hot water about 10 to 15 minutes before each meal. This helps digestion. B is for breakfast. Well balanced. Breakfast aids weight loss. Sedentary, obese women lost almost 5 times as much weight on a big breakfast diet as did women following the traditional restrictive low carbohydrate diet. Say no between meal snacks. It's either break, fast, or breakfast. Fast break, I should say. So the idea is if you get a good meal nourishing, you're not needing to snack and do things between meals, which is a benefit. When we don't eat a nourishing breakfast, though, we tend to snack, and here's the profile of an overworked stomach, which is working, and then another something pops in, and we work again. With maybe a few hours, maybe 5 hours at night where the stomach doesn't work, but in the morning start it all over again. Understanding digestive physiology, the organs need about 5 or 6 hours to digest a meal before the stomach can empty and recover for the next meal. We can feel weak or hungry before time to eat because the stomach is fatigued from overwork, and the feeling may be misunderstood as hunger. That's a common situation. If we feel hungry between meals, it's often thirst. Let's drink water. Why is a light supper important? It's because supper is like filling our gas tank after we've been driving all day long. Not a good idea. We need to fill the tank at the beginning and drive through the day. Your metabolic rate slows down in the evening so that you don't. What happens is if you eat a lot at night, you're storing those unneeded calories, and we don't have time to digest it before bedtime. If we have no appetite for breakfast, it's because there were toxic left over from an excess supper. Mice fasted for 16 hours a day, stayed lean and healthy even when fed a high caloric diet. Their mouse counterparts that had access to food day and night became obese and showed blood sugar and liver problems despite eating the same number of calories. Research suggests fasting triggers a variety of health-promoting hormonal and metabolic changes similar to those that occur when you exercise, offering protection against chronic disease. Fasting does not mean you're starving yourself. Options for intermittent fasting include cutting off your food intake in the early evening or late afternoon and delaying breakfast till after you've exercised. Regularity aids circadian rhythm. Meals, bedtime, arising, exercise, study, all of these are good to have regularity for it. It reduces the stress on the body to have regular times for those. Overweight ABCs, C is for concentrated fats. It takes 12 to 14 ears of corn to make 1 tablespoon of corn oil. for the salad dressing or the margarine. And here we see two different meals contrasted: lettuce and tomato salad, bread, peas, entree, baked potato, non-fat milk, and baked apple. All these added together only 720 calories, but if you add the dressing, the butter, the gravy, the 2 pats of butter on the potato, and do whole milk and an apple pie instead of a baked apple, you have almost double the calories. How do you like your potatoes? Boiled or baked is only 100. Mashed or whipped, you put in some butter with it, and it more than doubles. French fries or fried, it's again double. And if you do it as potato chips, who's counting? It says 10 chips, but it's hard to count those chips. Best ways to cook. Baking is great. Boiling is good. Crock pot, steaming, stir frying, all that's great. And pressure cooking. Weight loss, ABCs. D is for desserts and snack foods. Soft drinks, they're loaded with sugar. Soft drinks have about a teaspoon per ounce, so we call these empty calories. There's no vitamins there. It takes 10 feet of sugar cane to make a tablespoon of sugar, and it eliminates the fiber, vitamins, and minerals in that sugar cane. Here's a graph that shows a central role of sugar in many different problems, from tooth decay and respiratory infections. Fiber deficiency favors cancer. Reduced immunity, hypoglycemia, diabetes, the list goes on. You can see it there: osteoporosis, obesity, osteoarthritis, I should say, and B vitamin deficiency and nervous disorders. So sugar is neither a poison nor a drug, it's just depleted. Substitutes are worse than sugar. Animals that ate a standard chow but got artificially sweetened yogurt gained instead of losing weight, while those with standard chow and sugar, sweetened with sugar, had less weight gain. So chemical sweeteners are toxic. Subtle allergic reactions, even cancer, are possible. How do you eat your apple? Fresh, it's 70 calories. Baked, it's 90. But in pie, 350. And with ice cream, because who likes just pie without ice cream? That's the way it is. So in summary, now we're going to do some ABCs again. Some of this is a little review. But A is for attitude. Attitude is a key ingredient. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, either way you're probably right, whatever you choose. So why not choose to give yourself this best effort? And A is for appetite suppression. Again, no, not drugs, but water. In your brain, the hunger and thirst center are so close that they overlap, and often the signals get mixed. Drink 2 glasses of hot water about 10 or 15 minutes before eating. Add a little lemon juice if you like, but this is an excellent aid to digestion as well as cutting appetite. B is for breakfast. This is the most important meal of the day, but billions have no appetite because their stomach worked all night on supper and they're not active to burn up the meal. So their stomach is worn out in the morning and they have no appetite until they drink some fluids and have an elimination. B is for between meal snacks. No munching. Nothing but water between meals. But drink whenever you get a craving to eat. If you think you're hungry, drink something, go for a walk. The swallowing of something helps, and water is physiologic benefit to the body. C is for concentrated calories. Don't do it. Fat has twice as many calories per gram as carbohydrates or protein. So baked goods have shortening that goes in by the cupful. Bad idea. Have a piece of ripe fruit for dessert. And C is for concentrated sugars. The sugars include corn syrup. Besides weight gain, high fructose is a problem for type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and high triglyceride levels. Read the labels to look for corn syrup. On the other hand, don't read the labels. It's better not to eat foods that come with labels. In other words, the produce department doesn't have a label. And D is for dinner. Do it differently. Dinner is defined as the main meal of the day, but if you don't do it at night, you're better off. You can, if you want social time for family, get up early and visit over breakfast. We've done it, and it works well. E is for exercise. When you get a craving to eat or nibble after a meal, go for a walk instead. We tell this to smokers who get a craving to smoke. Go out for a walk. Take some deep breaths. E for exercise early before breakfast also. When you push yourself in a real fast walking near maximum, you can huff and puff, and it's no risk period before breakfast. Very unlikely to have a heart attack then. It's after you've had greasy eggs and fried eggs and bacon or something. You go for and coffee. You run for an airplane, have a heart attack. This helps us increase your metabolic rate. The exercise does, so that you burn more calories all day long, even when you're not exercising. If you exercise vigorously in the morning, most overweight people have large, overstretched stomachs that do not feel full until they've eaten too much. So fasting shrinks the stomach. It allows us. I can recall hearing of survivors on a raft at sea after they had nothing to eat for a week. A ship stops, picks them up. They can hardly drink more than a cup of milk. So it's fasting shrinks the stomach. It's satisfied with less. It's also done each night. Break fast in the morning, breakfast. And if not hungry then, fast till you are. If you don't like breakfast, it's a good clue to say, hey, I'm going to skip a day or two, and I'll wake up hungry one of these mornings. F is for foods high in fiber. Foods high in fiber add to satiety or satisfaction with a meal. This includes whole grains, legumes, beans, peas, and they're an excellent source of protein in beans and peas, legumes, whole grains. Okay, and G is for God also. He is often last, but not least. This is the last stuff that this last step fits with number 1 of what we said, attitude. You know, if you got an attitude problem, Overeaters Anonymous have 12 steps that start with realizing that our lives became unmanageable. We need to turn ourselves over to God as we understand it. From the personal experience, He will help meet you more than halfway. As an aid to this and all of the above, consider reading a chapter in the Ministry of Healing each day. A chapter a day will keep the psychiatrist away and will help you. It's online at whiteestate.org. If you click online books in the left column and scroll down, you can read any chapter you want. And G is also for guarantee. These steps will work, and they are not hard. It's not as bad as dying. And we haven't said you need to eat grapefruit. You can eat anything you choose on the menu, as long as it's not high in fat or sugar. Any other thing that you don't like, take your pick of the things that God said were good. They're all loaded with phytochemicals that help the body in many ways, and they're more helpful than what we've been used to. So, thank you for coming. God bless you till next time.